Welcome to the fastest half hour in real estate. We're live on YouTube and in eXp World, so wherever you're watching, thank you for tuning in. Some housekeeping before we kick things off. There's a couple of tips and tricks to make your experience more enjoyable inside of eXp World. First of all, if the screen's way too small, just click on the screen, tap on Zoom, and the screen will get bigger. If you have a question, please type it in the chat in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. We have our Director of Commercial Growth monitoring the chat in the world and on YouTube. If you have a problem hearing, just exit eXp World and come back in. This usually corrects the audio more often than not. Be aware that you can watch a live broadcast of this on YouTube, on eXp Commercial on YouTube. So, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're at. The one thing I am sure of is Happy New Year. It's a Happy New Year for everybody. I want to start off 2026 with a reality check. For the last 18 months, we've heard the same excuse from clients. We're waiting for rates to drop. We're waiting for valuations to settle. We're waiting for clarity. Well, the wait is over. The data for 2026 is clear. It's the great unlocking. The unlocking of transaction volume is here. The bid to ask gap that froze the market in 2024 and 2025, that has closed and the money is off the sidelines. We're not here to survive this year. We're here to transact. I'm going to give you three of the biggest revenue drivers for 2026, and you can go out there and fill your pipeline this week. Number one, the number one trend is maturity peak. We've all been talking about the maturity wall for years, but 2026 is the peak. Over $1.5 trillion in commercial loans are maturing this year. Loans that were extended in 2024 and 2025. Lenders didn't want to take the loss then. Well, lenders are done extending and pretending. They want resolution. Here's the opportunity. There are thousands and thousands of owners who must do something this year. They have to recapitalize, bring in a partner, or sell it. Your action plan, pull every deal from your database that you traded between 2020 and 2025 or 2022, because that's 5 years. Call the owners. Don't ask if they want to sell. Ask who's handling your refinance this year. Be the advisor who brings them private credit solutions or structured equity partner. If you solve their capital problem, you will control the disposition of the asset. Also, remember, CoStar allows you to look at the loan maturity dates, so do some research. The number two trend of this year is going to be power is the new anchor. Power is the new anchor tenant. In 2026, the value of industrial or land assets, it's no longer just about square footage or highway access. It's about megawatts. Data center construction is set to jump 25% this year. It'll be the biggest jump in any sector, outbidding traditional logistic users. The AI infrastructure build out is not slowing down. It's actually accelerating, and they're running out of power-ready sites. Here's your opportunity. If you have a listing, if it's industrial, land, or even obsolete office park, you need to do a professional power capacity audit immediately. Your action, stop marketing warehouses and start marketing power shells. If you can prove a site has access to heavy power, you just increase the buyer pool by 10 times and the price per square foot significantly. Pivot your pitch to the tech infrastructure. The number three trend is going to be the supply void. Look at the construction data in 2024 and 2025. New construction starts fell off a cliff because financing was too expensive. We're now feeling the effects of that in 2026. We're going to see a shortage of new Class A products hitting the market, specifically in multifamily and industrial. Here's your opportunity. Rent growth is coming back. Your action will be for your landlord clients. Tell them to stop giving away any concessions. The leverage is switching back to the landlord in high demand markets because there's no new construction coming out. The ground is going to be desolate for the next 18 to 24 months. For your tenants, tell them to sign now. The discount window's closing. So get your landlords and your tenants off the fence. And finally, the theme for 2026, velocity. The owners who waited are ready to move. The capital that waited is ready to deploy. The tenants who waited are running out of options. Don't let your clients sit on their hands. The market has unlocked. Let's go get our share. Now, on a growth, I am the growth senior vice president of growth. On a growth track, the great migration. I want to talk about the single biggest thing that's happening in commercial advisor business in 2026. It isn't interest rates. It isn't the vacancy. It's the house split. Right now, across this country, there are thousands and thousands of commercial advisors who are about to have a massive year. Transaction volumes unlocking, they're going to close millions in deals, and then they're going to write a huge check for 50% to a legacy brokerage that hasn't updated their value proposition in the last 20 years. In a market where deal flow was tight for 2 years, the split didn't just hurt advisors, it was fatal. Advisors are waking up to the brutal math equation. Why am I funding the landlord's overhead instead of my own retirement? This isn't just a feeling, it's a statistical fact. Industry reports show that 13% of active commercial real estate agents switched brokerages in the last 12 months. That is a record. We are seeing a historic flight to value. Why? Because the old prestige model is dead. Clients don't hire the logo on the sign or the business card anymore. They hire the advisor. Smart advisors know this. They've already moved here. They're realizing that the marble lobby and the expensive office space are liabilities on them, not assets. They're looking for ways to keep their revenue without losing their tools. They're looking for a lifeboat. We are a battleship. We're the best lifeboat there is. So the solution, this is where you come in. When you talk to other advisors, stop selling them as eXp as just another brokerage. Sell it as the solution to their expense problem. We're the only platform that allows a commercial advisor to cap their expenses, earn equity, build revenue share, have a giant 80,000 person network. We're not asking them to change how they do business. We're asking them to change who benefits from it. At their current firm, the house wins. Here, the advisor wins. The call to action is, so here's my challenge to you for January. Look at the deals happening across the table from you. When you see a sharp advisor that you'd like to work with, don't just congratulate them on their close. Ask them the uncomfortable question. You did all the work on this deal. Why are you only keeping half the money? The industry is moving in a different direction. The migration has started. Let's go out and welcome them home. Let's have a great month. Quick recruiting hook. We'll send this out to you. Hey, John, saw you close that deal at 123 Main Street. Great work. Honestly, looking at the numbers, you're working too hard to be splitting that fee 50-50. When you're ready to stop funding your broker's overhead, let's grab coffee. I think you'd be surprised by what the math looks like over here at eXp. So what's coming in 2026 for growth? Well, prepare for massive growth. The entire landscape of commercial transactions is evolving and the old ways are dying out. The future belongs to the entrepreneurial advisor. Those ready to run their teams like modern, scalable enterprises, leaving the dinosaurs behind. In technology, we're entering the bespoke era of technology. We're about to see an explosion of AI tools created by advisors for advisors, customized to your specific business models. Do not shy away from this. AI is not coming to take your job. It's here to liberate you to do the job you're meant to do. You're here to build relationships and close deals. I highly recommend that you explore vibe coding. It's incredible. You can now build custom valuation models, virtual design suites, or predictive likely to sell applications without writing a single word of code. Your competitors are already experimenting, so you should be too. Remember, there are no lifetime experts in AI yet. The playing field is level. It's a new technology. Jump in, dangle your feet in the water, and lead the way. Let's wrap it up with some celebrations. Here's November's top producers. December's will be coming soon. Congratulations to our top advisors for the month of November. Your performance not only elevates your business, but continues to raise the bar across this industry. Be on the lookout for our top producers for December coming next week, and stay tuned for our 2025 top producers list. Reach out to these people. They are the people who are making the business right now. These are your partners nationwide. They're also good co-sponsorship partners if they're in areas where your potential recruits are. So we had 18 new advisors join us in the month of December, and we'd like to take a moment to welcome all of you to eXp Commercial. We're thrilled to have you here, and we're excited to see you grow with us. Again, reach out, congratulate these people, see if they're going to be a good referral partner for you across the United States. Take this list, go into your eXp experts roster, look up where they are, give them a shout out, say hi to them online, friend them on LinkedIn and Facebook. And, because we're short on time, we're now going to jump to the Director of Brokerage Operations, Mr. John Letourneau.
There we are. Greetings, everybody. Thank you for that, and great info, Sean. In 2026 is absolutely the year where things move. People move, action has to happen. He talked about us being a battleship. I think it's kind of cool that we did use one of our Iowa-class battleships for the logo on that. It's one of my favorite ships out there, the New Jersey. A few of the others, I've toured 3 of the 4. They're amazing ships. So if you ever do get a chance, tour an Ohio-class ship, or an Iowa-class ship, I'm sorry. They're wonderful. Last of the true battleships we ever made in World War II. But looking forward, we've got some really cool things. In 2026, our focus is absolutely about upskilling, giving you the tools and resources you need to be sure that you can dominate your market. In that sense, we're having a new series of masterminds every month, and this is called our Commercial Growth Series. So on the second Wednesday of every month, we're hosting this series for the year. They're already in our commercial calendar. You'll see them populating there. You can subscribe to it and add them all to yours. These are awesome sections, deep dive masterminds on how you actually cut and thrust and make money in today's market. Now, every month should be listing month, but we're starting in January with winning listings, talking about that. These themes are also going to go through our regional meetings, also into our product specialty groups. Like we had our office meeting today, and Michelle did a great presentation on how to get listings in the office market. And Sean talked about too, there's places where people are running out of Class A office space, Raleigh and the Triangle there, other areas. So everyone thinks doom and gloom around every segment. Not true. Understand that every one of your segments is absolutely micro, macro, and super micro market specific. So you have to know your market. You have to know your numbers and your addressable area and what kind of volume and transactions are happening. Michelle did a great job of breaking that down on how to successfully win listings, especially in office. You're going to see those trends with winning listings go through the rest of our product groups this month. Those are all on the commercial calendar. There's a QR code for the calendar in case you need a quick look at it. If there's a topic you want to see covered that's not covered, let us know. Let me know. Reach out. We're here for you, and we want to be sure that we're responsive and giving you the data you need. All of this information, and if we can move forward one slide, along with our economic update and business planning clinics that we just had. Economic update was yesterday. Business planning was in December. 3 very powerful sessions on how to set your business up. And the economic outlook yesterday with CoStar was phenomenal. It gave us great actionable information to bring into our brokerages. All of those are available in Commercial University, along with our, again, product specialty groups, our tech sessions with CoStar, AIR, and Build Out. We just had our CoStar Unlock today, and the CoStar rep and I spent a good half hour talking about maybe 10 ways that you could go secure listings right now. We looked in sort of the DC, Baltimore, Maryland area, and there were 230 very easy call opportunities for people who will be transacting in the next 12 months, whether that be a refi, an acquisition, or a sale. We talk about how to raise probability over possibility and secure those listings ahead of the other brokers. So we had a really, really cool conversation there. That's also going to be available on demand in Commercial University. So when you log into your My eXp, you'll see your little thing that says Commercial University, your tile. Click there and look and dig into those segments because there's amazing, amazing data there for you. Okay. On a practical note, January 26th, TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, goes into full effect. This is huge, huge. The fines around it are significant. We have an amazing resource and toolkit to teach you how to use it. You also have access to Dial Safe, which will, for free, scrub your whole call list to be sure that you're not violating TCPA. There's whole ranges of attorneys just waiting for you to fall into their grasp and make calls you're not supposed to make. We don't want to see you fall into that. So be ahead of it, do the right thing, follow the TCPA guidelines, please, because we certainly don't want that nasty gram from an attorney. Also, there's been a lot of you out there asking, saying, I need state-specific forms, excuse me, for my transaction. A really cool and easy way to do that is there in SkySlope. And we've added a great little video. Jen Rose, our CDMD for New Mexico, Arizona, Nebraska, and Colorado, had to get the 4 states right. Made a great little video with the QR code. And basically you go into SkySlope, you go into your libraries, and at the bottom, there's a little line that says add new library or search for new library. You can pick your state-specific forms, and now you have all state-supplied forms easily within SkySlope. So you don't have to keep going out and try to find forms all over the place. They're all in one place for you. The other thing is make sure that you don't click on the libraries for any of the realtor forms because we cannot use them. We don't have usage rights for those. But adding these forms in SkySlope is huge. It's going to make things simpler, your transactions smoother, and everything just go. If your state is requiring a form that you don't see in there, please let your CDMB or the operations team know. We are here to make sure that you have a really great, easy process when you're doing your transactions. Additionally, our managing brokers have gone through and revised our SkySlope checklists. So when you do go in there, you'll see, hey, these are the 5 documents I need. Those have all been updated. The last few states, I think, will be done in the next week or so. So you're going to see great ease of processing transactions. So we spent a ton of time updating SkySlope to make it work smoother and easier for you so you can get back to being in front of your clients, getting more listings, and winning business. As I said before, the operations team is here for you. Please let us know what we can do to help, or if there's, again, education you want to see or hear about, let us know. We are always here. And it is my privilege to introduce Bailey for our marketing updates. Take it away, Bailey.
Thanks, John. Yeah, that's awesome stuff going on in operations right now. I'm excited to see a lot of that stuff. I know the Business Planning Clinic and Economic Outlook, we had some great feedback on. So if you guys weren't able to attend those, make sure you check them out in eXp University. Really good content from those. From a marketing perspective, we have new Canva templates we want to make sure you guys know about. One of them is a property brochure. It is really just data heavy, exactly what your kind of a one-pager front and back, what your clients are looking for when they're looking at a property. So just go check that out. Looks great and is in your Canva account. There's also a new offering memorandum that's really focused on hospitality. And this is one of the coolest templates, in my opinion, that we've put out yet. Super detailed. It looks great. It has all of the information that you guys are looking for. And I think it'll prove to be really useful. And then we also have a new BOV that we have added to Canva, and it got added since we've started this meeting. So it is not on here, but go check it out. Another great resource, super heavy on the data and the investment insights that your clients are looking for. You guys are going to want to take advantage of them. So go look at those. And on the Canva topic, we also have rolled out new personal brand kits. You should have received an email from Wendy earlier this week making that announcement. It just gives you the ability, you already know you can go in there and apply the eXp commercial brand with just one click. You can apply it to any template in Canva. It gives you the ability to do the same thing with your personal brand. So you can switch back and forth between eXp commercial and your own brand, and just with a click of a button, switch the fonts, the colors, and have everything really customized in one place for you. So scan that QR code to check out the FAQ. Inside the FAQ, Canva has recorded a how-to video specifically for us at eXp for how to set up that personal brand kit. So Really clear instructions there. Really cool feature. We, as an enterprise client of Canva's, are going to be one of the very first groups to get to try this. So it is a new beta product. We are testing it out. They want feedback. So if you get in there and you're messing around with it and you have a lot of feedback that could be valuable, send it our way. And we'll let them know, because we are one of their test candidates, one of their beta candidates on these personal brand kits. So really exciting stuff. Scan the QR code, check out the FAQ, and set up your own brand in Canva. Moving over to eXpCon. We have talked about eXp ComCon on the last few meetings. We do have that date set for October 7th in Salt Lake City. So that is very exciting. And you have until January 31st to lock in early bird pricing. So make sure you go ahead and get registered. We've said it 100 times. eXp ComCon was incredible this past year. It was one of the very top events at all of eXpCon on the event survey. So like, everybody loved it. It was such good content, so refreshing. I know for you guys to have a day where you were really focused on just what you do every day, and you had your own kind of commercial network in one room, so you guys could go back and forth with each other. Really good stuff. We're going to be doing it again October 7th. Get that early bird pricing before January 31st to lock it in, and we will see you in Salt Lake. Regional rallies are also coming up this spring. They're going to start on March 17th and go through April 16th. We will be at cities all over the U.S. If you guys have been in one of these, you know how they go. Our C-suite flies across the country, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for weeks to try to show up at as many of these as possible. Sean will be at a few of them. John will be at several of them. Lindy will be at some of them. I'll be at one of them. Staff throughout the country are going to be attending where they can. So check out the QR code, find one in your area, or come see our commercial leadership team at some of the ones that they'll be at. We will send more information in the next couple of weeks, letting you know exactly where Sean and John and commercial leadership will be if you're interested in meeting with them. They're also going to be setting up meetings with prospects. So if you have somebody that you're trying to bring over to eXp and you want them to meet with the growth team, or you want them to meet with John, Sean and John will be there and willing to do that with you guys. So we'll let you know what locations they'll be at in the coming weeks. Just keep an eye out for that. But go ahead and mark your calendar for the one near you, because you definitely want to be there. Even if commercial is not there, go meet with the residential agents. Those are great referral partners. And like I said, our C-suite will probably be there, so you can have the opportunity to just kind of hear from them directly in a small, more intimate environment than maybe eXpCon or some of the other events we do throughout the year. So these are really, really, really great events to go to, check out. So yeah, like I said, scan the QR code, check it out, find one near you, and stay tuned for where our commercial leadership team will be. We'll send that information out shortly. And with that, I will pitch it back to Sean.
Well, thank you very much, Bailey. I'm going to cover a couple things. If you need support, our team's here to help. Our concierge, onboarding, growth, marketing, transactions, all of us are here for you. If you missed part of the meeting, scan the QR code to watch the replay, available immediately after the end of this live stream. We're working on finding a date for February for our next Connect meeting. That goes into what Bailey was just talking about. I already have 29 separate events on my January, February, and start of March events. So if you need us at an event, or you're having an event, please tell us about it. Just send it to brokeropsadmin@expcommercial.com or growth@expcommercial.com, and we'll see if we can attend your event. Now I want you to do something very, very special for me and for John. You may have heard of the broker's broker. Her name's Holly Mabry. That's M-A-B-E-R-Y. M-A-B-E-R-Y. I want everybody who watches this video to get on their Slack, their Facebook, their direct text message. I want you to congratulate Holly Mabry for becoming the chief brokerage officer for the most agent-centric, largest independent real estate company on the planet. This isn't just an achievement. This is a magnificent achievement. She is the only one. She's already running the Real Estate Brokers Association. So Holly is the new chief brokerage officer for eXp Realty and eXp Commercial. Congratulate her on her huge achievement. We look forward to seeing you in February end at one of all the regional rallies that are coming up. On behalf of the entire growth team, I'd like to thank you for attending the fastest half hour in commercial real estate, and we'll